Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, JDC family. My name is Jay. This is my Diecast Creations channel, and today we enter the Four Horsemen Build Off, baby. This month's theme is Ratty Muscle, and the car is the 70 Dodge Charger, chosen by Keith over at Outlaw Speed Shop. So this is the third time I'm recording the audio on this because I need an upgrade on my hardware. My mic is horrible, and hopefully it doesn't static up like the last two times. Still going to try to keep it interesting for you guys, though. So basically, as soon as I heard this theme, I was all in. I knew I was doing this, and I knew that I had a plan in motion. I had a picture in my head, and I just knew I had to get there, right? And find the right techniques to get there. So, Ratty Muscle, right? The first thing I thought of was Joe Dirt. You know the car in Joe Dirt? When it's all ratty. It's been out in the desert. It's seen better days, I'll say that. It's patched together, and but the paint on that thing was beat, right? So I didn't go for that car, but that was the look that I was going for. Like, the thing was never touched up. Maybe it was resprayed at one point, so you get a different color undertone when the paint starts to fade or whatever. But you'll see what happens, because I had that picture in my head, and I started working, and me being me, nothing can be ever simple. So everything got changed, and we shifted gears, and it went in a whole different other direction. And I'm really glad it did, because you'll see why the thing turned out pretty awesome, in my opinion, right? So basically, what you see is the normal here. We drill out the car, we take it apart. We take the axles out, because those wheels got to go. I end up referencing a channel, Saul from CementSaul. I'll link his channel down in the description, and you should definitely go check it out if you like what I did here today, because that's where I got all the inspiration and information to execute properly on this build, right? So we throw the casting in the stripper here, and it's citrus strip. I let it sit for 24 hours at least. And some people don't. You could probably leave it in there for a couple hours and take it out and do what you got to do. But if you let it sit in there and marinate, it really helps, in my opinion, right? The paint just comes right off when you take it out of the stripper. So we do that. I got so many builds going on that it's not a big deal to let it sit for a night. And then I'll take it outside once it's cleaned up and washed off. I'll take it outside and hit it with a rotary tool with a wire wheel on it, formerly known as a Dremel, but that's the brand name or whatever. I happen to have a cheap one from Harbor Freight. It's like $5-10, and I got a year and a half out of it, and it just started making some noise, so I'm gonna have to go buy another one. But it is what it is. This is the blown up view. We have all the pieces to the car here, and we end up swapping out the wheels, but everything else here is utilized minus the windshield. No, the windshield ends up in it. My bad. So this was the first idea that I had, right? I have a Johnny Lightning build it type of kit. There's like hundreds of different ways to build the car, but it comes with all these different motors and tires and wheels and stuff. So this was the initial thought, that I was going to do this, and then I sent a picture to my dad, and he was like, that motor sits kind of high, doesn't it? And I was like, you know what, that was the look that I was going for, but you're right. If I'm going to try to be somewhat realistic, it's not going to work. So I took a jeweler saw and reamed out the hole in the hood there so that it would fit all the way. But we end up shifting gears, because I had picked up this Rat Fink zombie looking thing from a bag that I had got at the thrift store, and when I saw it, my initial thought was, yeah, let's go crazy, right? So we end up going crazy, right? Right here, I double up the axles in the rear to give the back a really jacked up style of stance, right? but that's not the stance isn't the reason. I end up using Muscle Machines wheels on this thing. And Muscle Machines was like, I believe they were from like the early 2000s, but they had a really tuned look to it. So everything is super exaggerated and the rear wheels are like really large, right? I spray everything, spray the body with a base coat of matte black, right? And then we go in with a mixture of melted chocolate, chestnut, and burnt umber, I think. And I basically just randomly smear that all over the casting. And then I go in and sponge it down, right? And all of this information that I did on this is in CementSaul's video for hairspray chipping technique, right? And I'm not gonna break down the whole method because, you know, we as a community need to stick together and support each other. And I took this technique from him in his video, so I'm passing that along to you. And I suggest you go watch it and subscribe to his channel and let him know that, you know, the information is valuable, because that's what we need to do. You know, as a creator, I know how much work it takes to put a video together, right? So I don't just go and watch a video and take the technique and then not say anything about it. And I know a lot of people probably do that, you know, and it's not the right thing to do. So go check out Saul. Let him know I sent you. Let him know the JDC family is in the house, right? And let's stick together as a community, right? So I followed the step-by-step instructions in his 6-minute video. It's not very long, straight to the point. And this is how the car comes out. It's amazing, guys. I love it. I absolutely love the way that this thing looks, you know? It looks like Ratty Muscle to the core, like, you know? And then there was more to be done. There was blank spots that I wasn't 100% on, right? So I went back, and he has another video on colored pencil weathering. So after after everything was done with the hairspray chipping and I cleared it, I went back in and I touched it up with the colored pencil method, and it really shined on this antique parchment paint from Apple Barrel, right? It really shined because you could see all the browns and the rust strips and all that, and I absolutely love it. I'm all in with this technique, you know. I have no complaints whatsoever. I probably didn't execute the hairspray step to the T because the brown didn't show so much, which I think I laid on the hairspray too heavy, you know. But, you know, I'll try it next time and see what happens, you know. I mean, maybe it turns out better, but you guys will see what it looks like in a second here. But, you know, basically this is the car that we started out with. It's a 1970 Dodge Charger with a blower motor sticking out of the hood. I like the casting, I really do. I like the blue color and the stripes on the tops, but I'm not sold on the tampos on the side of the car, you know. And I don't like how the stripes on the tops cut off either, you know. But anyway, we get rid of all that, and, you know, this is what we end up with. We heard Ratty Muscle, so we went full on Rat Fink Style zombie meets Rat Fink, right? And Ratty Muscle, you know, and cartoony, right? Because, you know, I'm thinking the wheels in the rear are cambered out, and then the fronts are like negative camber, and I should have dropped them down just a little bit more to act like the suspension dropped in the front when it lifted. But you could see slightly the right rear is twisted down a little bit more than the left, and it gives it that, you know, rot box kind of overpowered car that they threw a bunch of power into and didn't upgrade the suspension at all. And when they stomped on the gas, the whole chassis twisted, you know, the body's ready to come off the frame. And anybody that knows anything about muscle cars and doesn't have a lot of money has seen this happen before. You know, you stomp on it and that whole body wants to lift up off the ground, and it's standing up on almost one tire, right? So that's what we went for, and I think we nailed it. I really do. You know, you guys let me know what you think. But I'm completely happy with this build. You know, I have no complaints whatsoever. I made a little diorama here, base for it. Basically, the same thing that I did on the Ford Mustang roadside diorama. And if you haven't seen that, go check it out because I put a ton of work into that. And we gave it away for 300 subscribers. So that's another video to go learn off of, right? And thanks to Saul for putting out that great video, the two great videos, and allowing me to learn a new technique, that I'll carry on with me, whether I follow it to the T or make it my own. I wouldn't have known about this if it wasn't for him, sharing that information and being a good community member, So basically, that's our Ratty Muscle, Rat Fink, zombie, burnout, wheelie car, paint coming off entry for the Four Horsemen build off of April. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'll catch you on the next one.